My name is Lauren Brunk, and we are filming here at Brunk Auctions in Asheville, North Carolina. This is an archetypal copy of the Constitution that was printed almost 237 years ago. And it's made its way from Edenton, North Carolina, all the way east, here to Asheville, North Carolina, all the way west. This was a document found at Hayes Farm Plantation, and the family was getting ready to let the house go into the foundation so it could become an historic home after they had taken care of it for over 7 generations. And in so doing, in their due diligence and making sure they knew what was in the home, an appraiser came in, went through the contents of the house, and finally went through the contents of a storage room where there were file cabinets and piles of chairs. And in going through a small file cabinet, there was a folder and there were some documents. And sure enough, our copy of the Constitution was in that humble file cabinet. So it really is an amazing discovery. It is something that resonates with so many of us because we want to believe that there are still these amazing things out there to be found, and there are. There were 100 of these printed, and presently there are 8 known. This is the only one that is not already housed in an institution. So there may be others out there, but as far as we know, this is the only one available for sale. We don't know what the value is, and I think there's a quote somewhere about how one sold in 1890 something for $400, and the minimum bid on this one is $1 million. We don't know how it will do, but we'll find out when it sells on September 28th, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. For anybody interested in bidding or just tuning in, you can watch it live streamed and also on our website. The minimum bid is $1 million, and that minimum has already been met. So we'll see where it goes from there. The significance of this document simply cannot be overstated, because in a way, this is the moment where for our country, for our federal government, it is sort of where the rubber hits the road. You had earlier a federal government that was fairly ineffective because they didn't have the support of the states. And in drafting the Constitution, the framers laid out how our government would work. But in order for it to work, the states needed to be on board. And so these copies, these 100 copies, were sent to the colonial governors, essentially to review. And in signing, you have the moment where the will of the people becomes manifest. And famously, the very first line, "We the people." So this is the moment where you have the will of the people being expressed. And in signing this actual document, our whole system of government becomes manifest. It's amazing. One of the things that humanizes the document when you look at it is that it is signed by Charles Thompson, but also there are these little tick marks next to the various statements, the various ideas that have been outlined. And you could imagine that they're being debated, and as each one is debated, it's ticked off. Or you could imagine somebody wants to make sure that everything in this document is conveyed until the next version of it. Or that it's like, yep, I agree with that one, I agree with that one, I agree with that one. So you actually have these tick marks going through, which kind of opens up a whole imagination about what might have been going on as this was being reviewed by the colonial state government.